So today, we wanted to talk to you about our most asked question in this van. And no, unfortunately, it's not my coffee machine. It is in fact our surfboard racks. We can't tell you how many people have stopped us, taken photos, double taken the van from the outside on the way past, and that's only the ones we can see. I mean, they are pretty epic and they were invented by my dad. So today we're going to show you everything about them, how we built them, and why they are awesome.
Hey YouTube, if you're new here, we're Ben and Shelley and we're turning this empty van into our dream home on wheels. However, this isn't our first van, but this one's bigger, smarter, and a bit more luxe. Let me catch you up on where we're up to. We've done all the installation, chucked some huge solar panels on the roof, built all of our cabinets, bed and kitchen, and made some beautiful arch recesses in our walls. With the help of Shelley's dad Terry on the tools, we've almost finished building our ultimate off-grid van, so stay tuned. So everyone knows that real estate in a van is pretty limited. We've seen boards strapped to the roof, strapped to the ceiling, people had dedicated cupboards built for them. But given that we've got a relatively short van and our roof is taken up with solar panels, none of that was an option for us.
Plus, let's be honest, one of the biggest reasons is I'm very short, so it's very hard to get things like this off the roof.
So this is our design. It's actually a version 2 model. We had a first edition on our first van. This one is pretty much the same idea, but just tweaked and upgraded slightly. And we'll walk you through it now.
Obviously, being on the outside of the van, we need to make sure it's secure. So these are lockable surfboard straps. We actually got them a little bit too long and they were very, very difficult to cut. So yeah, they're not easy to cut through, and our old ones of these lasted us a couple of years. They just got a bit rusty, so these are new ones. And as you can see, they fit. So we've got 1 and 2. The straps come down. We've got an extra little hook in the middle just to make sure that it's super secure. And that's just one big strap around the whole thing. And it takes about, what do you reckon, a minute to take off? So we'll show you how to get them off. Simple as that. You can tell we didn't take the boards off when we washed the car last. We were being lazy. Oh well, guess we'll have to go to a car wash. Anyway, let's go through the actual steel bits that Dad fashioned for us.
So the surfboard racks are these 2 identical pieces of steel. Now this is cut the width or length to be of our 2 surfboards next to one another, and just a bit extra that our brackets sit on. Now these brackets are what the boards actually rest in, and these are welded on here as well to be sturdy as can be. So the brackets were all bent into shape to fit by Terry in the shed, perfectly to fit onto the boards and welded onto the side. So next up is our strap hooks. Now these straps run all the way up the back. These are the lockable canoe straps. We've used them for years. They've always been great. They run all the way up the back, loop through the top and the bottom, tie through the middle, and hook around this middle C-ring.
So the C-ring is, you could have it strapped all around, but it really does help tucking that under to make both the boards nice and secure, especially because there's that little bit of extra room and wiggle room once you've got the covers on them, which you definitely need in this Australian heat. So we're going to jump back to when we made these now and show you some footage of how we actually bent the steel and how we welded it together, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how to put the boards back on.
These I purchased from Viva Equipment. It's only about $150 odd. It's quite cheap for what you get. This is to bend on a radius rather than bending on a tight bend.
And if you don't have this contraption, what would you use?
What I would do would be to find a bit of pipe about that size, nice thick wall pipe, clamp that to the edge of your pipe, as I would say this. Clamp that to the edge of the pipe here, and then you can bend it around. If this looks confusing, Rest assured it is. That's there and there, you can reach that one quite easily.
Yeah, I'd be able to get that. Ooh. Yeah, is that
All you have to
can
do
it go a little
is-
bit lower?
Things in about here. Right, and there. There. Which that should still work. There and there. Yep.
So once they were finished and ready to go, we spray painted them with a heavy duty rust resistant paint, which we've also used on the underside of the van for our water tank brackets. To mount it to the van, we use nutserts or rivet nuts, which drilled into the van, and these are screwed into that, meaning it's super secure, it's not going anywhere. And just to, because Terry loves to be super efficient, we've then siliconed down the side to really make sure it's super secure, going nowhere as we drive along.
And the last little bit is just a nice little bit of double-sided foam, which protects our beautiful little surfboards. So it might seem a little bit confusing at first, but we are so happy with these. They take, what do you reckon, like a minute to take on and off, and it's a good talking point for meeting some people, but also it allows us to have a lot of solar panel real estate on the roof and not lose any real estate and space on the inside of the van. So if you're in the market, ask us any questions you like, or if you're around Ipswich, Brisbane way, give Terry a call. I'm sure he'll make a custom one for your van. All right, so there's not many waves out today, but let's overlay this with some fun foot surfing footage that we have previously done.